Right now, the Middle East sits on a geopolitical powder keg. On this map, the borders of Iran and Israel appear as the most active flashpoints for a direct state-on-state war in the region. Both nations command advanced, modernized militaries. They have developed deep arsenals of ballistic missiles and long-range drones, capable of striking targets hundreds of miles away in a matter of minutes. To counter these threats, specialized defensive networks, like the Iron Dome, remain constantly active. The Iron Dome is a mobile air defense system designed to intercept and destroy short-range rockets directly above high-density civilian centers. This heavily armed rivalry hides a surprising history. These two nations were once pragmatic allies who cooperated on the highest levels of state security. Throughout the 1970s, under the rule of the Shah of Iran, the two countries shared critical intelligence and conducted joint military projects. Iran maintained a thriving oil trade with Israel, even helping construct a pipeline to move Iranian crude toward European markets. Today's hostility is a thoroughly modern, engineered conflict, the direct result of specific political shifts in the late 20th century, rather than an inevitable historical feud. That alignment ended in 1979. A sprawling revolution swept through Iran, dismantling the monarchy and severing relationship with Israel in a matter of weeks. The new supreme leader, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, consolidated power by reframing the national identity. He branded Israel an absolute ideological enemy, making opposition to the Israeli state a core pillar of the new revolutionary government. However, looking at this 3D map reveals a daunting geographic barrier. Iran and Israel do not share a border. They are separated by over 600 miles of rugged terrain and multiple sovereign nations, preventing a conventional ground invasion. Because distance prohibited open battlefield movements, the conflict moved into the shadows. Both sides launched a campaign of cyber warfare, infrastructure sabotage, and high-stakes targeted assassinations. Geography dictated this unique style of warfare. Significant infrastructure damage is inflicted, and lives are lost, yet both governments maintain a layer of plausible deniability. To bridge the 600-mile gap, Iran began funding and training militant groups located directly on Israel's borders. The most integrated of these groups is Hezbollah in Lebanon. Hezbollah, or the Party of Allah, acts as a primary proxy force, maintaining a vast stockpile of rockets aimed at Israeli population centers. While proxy groups applied pressure from the outside, Iran developed a fortified nuclear program, building industrial-scale facilities deep underground to enrich uranium. Israel views a nuclear-armed Iran as a fail threat. In response, Israeli intelligence has deployed sophisticated malware to destroy Iranian centrifuges and carried out precise operations against the program's lead scientists. Between the growing rocket threat on the borders and the expansion of the nuclear program, the shadow war has steadily pushed both nations toward a state of open combat. The unwritten rules of the shadow war are being discarded. We are now seeing the start of direct state-on-state confrontation. The tactics have shifted. Heavy barrages of explosive drones and ballistic missiles are now being launched directly from Iranian soil into Israeli airspace, moving beyond the use of proxies. This direct engagement tests the physical capacity of air defense networks, which must maintain perfect interception rates to prevent a catastrophic escalation. The consequences reach far beyond the region. The fighting overlaps with the world's vital shipping choke points, including the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea. A significant portion of the global oil and natural gas supply passes through these specific maritime arteries every day. When commercial tankers are targeted, the impact is immediate. Strikes on international vessels cause sudden spikes in insurance costs and force ships to take longer, more expensive routes around Africa. The expansion of this rivalry into international shipping lanes has turned a regional feud into a global economic risk, creating a constant threat of price shocks and supply chain disruptions for the rest of the world.